and then they cancelled their citizenship after they became aware of the law. There are some who are aware and they are still queuing up.
Yes.
There are some who became aware and decided, let us cancel
only the people in the political class quit.
Correct. So they decided to quit. So what happens to those? Those who registered maybe in 2002 and decided that, okay, in 2012 they realized, okay, this is much more serious than we imagined. Let's give up that thing and let's stay coolly here. What happens to that class now?
I'll explain, but before answering that specifically,
Yeah.
just on a lighter note, I may also go and queue up in the Portuguese consulate, but that may be for a visa, not necessarily
Not necessarily for a citizenship. Correct, absolutely.
So we may not classify all those who stand there necessarily for a registration or
Yes,
doing any
correct.
documentation, but could be also for a visa. Second thing, now answering this specific. Now, don't forget, when I mentioned in the beginning, the voluntary acquisition of a citizenship of another country terminates your Indian citizenship. The formality is only a decision after giving your hearing, because losing a citizenship is also a valuable right. So you have to be heard before your citizenship is terminated. So therefore, that principles of natural justice is being met, so that you are given, put on notice,
Given hearing.
and given hearing, and thereafter a decision is taken. Now, let us take an example of an elected member of the assembly who for any reason, like an office of profit, holds an office of profit while he is elected, which is not exempted from disqualification. He may suddenly realize or may be advised, Baba, you will fall in problem. So he immediately resigns, as if taking a high moral ground. He resigns and says, I don't want it. He stands disqualified, even notwithstanding the fact that he had resigned and thereafter no longer occupies the post. Similarly, the moment you have registered your birth, we are not even going to the second and third stage of getting card and passport. The moment you registered your birth and then you go and cancel it, my view is that you cease to be the citizen of that country, and you cannot automatically say, I retain my Indian citizenship.
Correct.
You cannot say that I have cancelled it, so I am back to being an Indian.
There is also another argument which is often heard, that I never gave up my Indian citizenship, here is my passport.
Correct. That is correct.
That again I would say
that is correct. That
is
is
a mockery.
It's immaterial, you are
It
saying.
is immaterial. The moment you have registered and the proof of registration is there, that it has been done by you.
And the proof of cancellation is also there.
Is also there.
But what happens is, if you cancel, it is very easy to acquire. See, once you cancel that, the
But you will have to go through the entire process again of acquisition of a citizenship.
Correct. You will have to go to that. You will have to go to that.
You are not automatically reverted
You are not
back.
reverted back.
Yes, you don't revert back, but it becomes easy. But if you are holding that one, it is not possible. So at least you are taking one step.
But the point is, suppose, as he says, the committee is going to listen to the people. Now, legally, people say, okay, we were unaware. When we decided, we realized that, okay, we have an opportunity for various reasons, bread and butter, vocation, occupation, and we took it. So now give us an opportunity to choose whether we want to be Indian again or we want to retain our existence. Can the committee take that decision?
Correct. According to me, the problem lies here. If you look at the large class of people which are going out, it looks like it's a problem of this is not a land of opportunities. They are going out for opportunities. And if you ask me, they are registering their birth to take the passport. They are not registering their birth per se. Because the government, because the Portuguese law permits them to register their birth, they are not so registering. They are registering their birth
To take passport.
To take passport.
That is
So
the
if-
intention.
That is the intention. And if you tell people that don't take passport but register your birth, I don't think there will be any
registration of birth.
registration of birth.
Okay, but
so basically they are going.
I will tell you
They are going to get out
registration
of
of birth. See, today the trend is like this. Like
No, but he is saying the registration is because of passport. You are interested in the passport, not in becoming a Portuguese national.
Now, like my parents, if they are not registered their birth, they register them for the sake of the children. They don't make their passport. They are doing it because the child wants
Children
to go.
make the passport.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So, but
Somebody's passport.
I register my birth, but I don't take a passport.
No, but the whole point is somebody's passport.
I told you, no,
Now, then the same question: can this committee take a stand well, okay, this is a legal position, this is a constitutional position, and this is the ground reality. So let us give all those people who have registered their birth in Portugal and by de facto acquired the citizenship another chance to decide whether they want to stay with it or they want to come with it. They don't have to go through the entire citizenship process again of acquiring Indian citizenship. We are giving them one more chance to take final decision. Can this committee take that stand?
We must understand a committee is completely inferior to even the government.
Correct.
So the highest is the constitution, and the constitution can be amended by the parliament, and certain provisions require not less than 2/3 majority. So therefore, if you're fundamentally changing the constitution, a committee is only going to report, can make only suggestions, can make recommendations, but the committee,
Cannot
even if it tries to suggest we should give, it is only a suggestion.
Correct, but can suppose this committee,
committee
suggest such kind of a thing, can government do it without altering the constitution?
Not possible.
Not possible.
I would say it is possible on that voluntarily aspect. You know, you may have a class of people who have registered without knowing the consequences. That means you have not voluntarily given
I
uh,
given up.
disagree with this.
You are saying there is no scope.
No,
That means
I'll tell you
voluntarily
what.
giving up.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It's like this. The word voluntarily means consciously.
Yes.
And if I have consciously taken a decision that I will go there and I will register there, it means ignorance of law is no excuse.
Okay, ignorance of law is no
What
excuse.
Cleophas is saying, no.
Wait.
What Cleophas is saying is that suppose they have done that and they want to come back
Yes,
and
that-
make
that-
them,
that-
give
that
them an
means-
engineer citizenship.
Yes,
This is what he meant
the
to say.
committee could play around, you know, that we'll give you a chance on whether to find out whether you have voluntarily given
So
up
you
or
are,
not.
you are thinking of something like a special purpose vehicle who will give
Correct.
them fast track citizenship
No.
again.
Correct, correct.
possible.
No. In a sense,
No,
you are
you
already a
amended.
citizen. You are giving up. Then we consider you.
Okay,
That's what.
so that's the only, okay.
The question is what powers, as Dr. has rightly pointed out, what powers the committee has got to take this decision to give you back the
Committee,
No, I am saying suppose the committee
is
listens to
forward.
people and submits this recommendation,
No, but
can
you-
government take that
This
stand?
committee is only placed here to waste time and to make jumla and keep the whole carrot dangling.
I will
The
just-
question is
no,
there
I will
cannot be
not-
any remedy by this committee. So as long as there is no remedy by this committee, as Dr.
Who says
It's
there
just
is
a farce.
remedy?
It's not a big
Who
farce.
says there is
Okay,
remedy?
okay.
Now,
Who
I
says
will
there is
tell you
remedy?
what,
Yeah.
something in my own experience in my legal profession.
Yeah.
We had even cases, I had a case, particular case, of a Goan who went to Pakistan. He acquired Pakistan citizenship, came back and married a Goan. In 1965 he married, that is post-liberation. They go back to Pakistan. From Pakistan they have obtained Portuguese citizenship. And from there they move on to Australia, where they acquire Australian citizenship. Now you tell me, how will the government of India decide such type of cases?
No. We are,
You understand,
Correct,
it's a
correct,
very
correct,
sensitive
correct.
issue.
See,
It's
the
not that
government-
easy to give
the government
because
of
You
India
cannot
will-
draw a line.
because
point
Goans
is-
were everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Carlos-
Goans were governed by Portuguese law.
No.
So Goans, whoever were born in the Portuguese territories or their fathers or grandfathers,
Correct.
either grandparents are eligible.
Correct.
Whether you are in Pakistan, Bangladesh, in Singapore, anywhere you will get it.
No, Carlos
How
is
will the
right.
government
Carlos
of
is
India
right.
do
But
this?
the problem, Carlos is right. The problem is he is telling us an extreme case where people have actually voluntarily given up their citizenship,
Okay.
and there is no question on doubt on the voluntary aspect of it.
You are saying that without the knowledge of consequences.
Correct. That means you give
Nilesh
them-
Bab, that brings us now completely to the government. Falya, Kalus Bab Mundagi, it is just not possible.
No,
Ki
it's
even
not
if committee
possible.
says that and government accepts
is-
that recommendation,
that
government cannot give any option to people.
That everybody knows. That everybody knows. I know. We know. Everybody knows. Like how the Tarzan says Jumla. It is not Jumla. Everybody knows. But what we are trying to say is whether people now this committee people will see it. They will ponder over it. Their role is only to a committee. It is not to change the law. The law has to be changed in the parliament, which he has said. The constitution has to be changed. We all know. But what is the basic fact on the ground is to be understood. That is why the committee is there.
You know, there are two aspects, Nilesh Bab. The first aspect is allow me to citizenship.
No,
The
that is what
second
and
aspect
give
is
us the opportunity
give me
back.
second chance
So that is what
to
I'm
choose.
saying. So that is what. So the committee will not decide, which everybody knows.
Correct.
The
Committee will
committee
recommend.
will only recommend that
Correct.
this is the situation.
No,
If
my
this
question
there-
is if committee recommends such a solution, will government consider it?
See, it is not a state government, it is not prerogative. It is a central prerogative.
but
It is a central
the problem-
prerogative.
the problem is
Yeah,
that
let me
instead of
finish.
this committee
It is a central prerogative. Now, it is not Goa has got 2 MPs or 3 MPs. It is not only this.
And two cabinet ministers.
No, cabinet ministers are virtue of whatever it is. But as putting forward the case of Goa, you have only 2. Now, since BJP is in the center in power, whether that sort of a motto will be accepted by all the states is a question
One
mark.
more thing,
Yeah,
yes,
quickly.
keep in mind one thing, that these committees will go to a party which believes in Akhand Bharat. See, that is another problem that BJP will face.
BJP's founding principle.
Founding
Okay.
principle.
BJP's
No, but
founding.
there's one more thing which you must know. We are
Yeah.
talking only about voluntarily acquiring citizenship and losing citizenship. The Constitution bench of the Supreme Court, 2 judgments are there, which say that acquisition of citizenship is not a matter of right. And it is a political and executive act outside the purview of courts.
Okay.
If tomorrow, for whatever reason, like they don't like your nose, but they don't have to say it, they refuse to give you citizenship. So the returning sheep, I would say,
Yeah.
back to the flock, if just because pick and choose, you can decide whom you don't like, or whom you don't want.
So the party in power will get practical rights of cherry picking.
You must know this.
The party in power will get practical rights of cherry picking. Maga final ekच गजाल सांगा. Now there is this. Yeah, we make a point. Then I'll
See,
go
this
ahead.
committee, what is again made,
Yeah.
is just waste of time. The elected representatives of Goa and this government that had promised so many things, they themselves can pass a resolution in the cabinet and send it to the government. Why this committee is required?
no use.
Are you telling
Let
me?
assembly pass a unanimous resolution.
Why the cabinet can take a decision? 1 minute. Instead, are you trying to tell me that this committee will understand the sentiments of Goa better than the ministers of Goa?
Okay. The final म्हाका एक तुमचे दोग जाणां कडच्यान जाय. Now there is this issue of Brexit. What तुम्ही म्हणटा ultimately passport जाय. Passport कित्याक जाय पोर्तुगाला वचपा न्ही. Passport घेवन ultimately सगळ्यांक तुगेले UK वचपाक जाय. With this issue of Brexit, what if tomorrow UK decides to exit European Union? What happens to those people? They have to come and settle in Portugal, or they have a chance to come back to Goa.
I can say probably
Yeah.
from speaking to many people and meeting many people that most of those who have acquired Portuguese billets or passports may have not even been to Portugal.
Correct. They have gone to London.
Yes.
They have used this only as a window
Yeah.
to go to London.
Correct.
Most of them may be
What
Swindon
what
and
happens
other
to
places.
those? What happens to those? If
It is really a very sad situation because they will be virtually left homeless,
Yes.
because they will have to exit or they'll have to enter back into UK with valid visas for residence or maybe for work. It will be a very difficult.
So it's a
and
very
tough-
dangerous
But
it's a
if
very
situation.
dangerous
Brexit happens,
yeah.
the people opting for Portuguese citizenship will be very less. They will
Henceforth.
Yes, henceforth.
What
Henceforth.
happens to those who have already acquired it? That's the question.
See, that is a problem according to me. We'll find
That's the
very
problem.
difficult to
So
answer.
that's the problem.
That's a problem difficult to answer.
Okay, so म्हाका दिसता हांव इतल्याचेर थांबता. बरी जाला डिस्कशन. हांव एक गजाल सांगता की we have got this very good panel and I would like to come back with this panel once High Court delivers judgment on Kaitus case. Then we will have much more points in detail to analyze the order and delve more into this issue. पण दोन गजाली म्हाका दिसता क्लियर जाल्यात. कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल प्रोविजन क्लियर जाला आनी दोन मुद्दे आसात. एक हे कमिटीन आनी गव्हर्मेंटाक रेकमेंडेशन जरी केलें, गव्हर्मेंट कितें करपाक शकता, आनी दुसरें जर ब्रेक्सिट फाल्यां जालें जाल्यार इट्स अ प्रॉब्लेम that we need to see how and what happens. तुम्ही आयले इतली बरे तरेन मतां मांडली. थँक्स अ लॉट. पवित्राबाद प्रुडंट. नमस्कार.